Yo, good morning. Terrell from Keep It 100 podcast. Like the name says at the bottom, I'm one of the hosts. J.R. Robertson is the other one. But I shall be hosting this podcast interview with our special guest, which I will add in a few moments. Allow him a chance to introduce himself. So that's what we do on here. So I shall add him to our stream. I'm excited to talk to him. That should be pretty dope conversation. Yeah.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
up? What's up?
What's, how you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Just sitting here in the studio,
For sure.
drinking my drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got confused on time. I was like, okay, is it? I thought it was 11 for some reason. I don't know why. That's weird.
Yeah.
But
I was getting worried, man. I was like, yo, my time one. I'm like, hold up. Like,
yeah,
what's going on? Like, am I in the wrong place? That's what I was thinking.
yeah. My bad on that one. I don't
It's
know
all
what
good.
happened. Yeah, that was kind of weird. But thank you for joining me for today's episode 169. Um, I appreciate it. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah. First, congratulations to episode 169. That's a round of applause
Thank
for
you.
that.
Appreciate that.
I definitely thank God for being here, especially in a time such as this. It's a good opportunity to share who I am. And last but not least, shout out to my kids, my son Jace. What up, man? And Jameis, rest in heaven. I love you. So yes, I'm Jastin Artis. I'm here in the DMV, Northern Virginia to be exact. I am a musician, producer, entrepreneur, musician, writer, poet. I don't say that to be boastful, just I put in the work. And yeah, I started in the music industry just wanting to write and produce, evolved into being an artist. And, I've kind of been working my business for a while. I think even when you don't have a name and the tax ID and stuff, you still should consider,
Uh
you know, you are a business. And so I think now like 7 years ago, I started my company, Artist Studios, to help develop artists because that's really what I love doing.
huh.
Um, Being an artist wasn't a thing that I really wanted to do. I thought it was too much work, too much limelight, and studying the game is you can see the wear and tear. But God moved me to make me realize I really had something to say. So I've been balancing being an artist and developing artists. Uh, so yeah, I think that's a good start, man.
For sure. I put your banner up for a banner of
Oh,
your
appreciate
company,
that. Yes, sir.
and someone wants to follow you on Instagram. There's that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
We got
appreciate that.
we got a website. So
Oh, there
yeah,
you go. There you go.
for sure. Just want to get that out there, and I guess I can start asking you some questions now. This actually is an interview, so let's get into that. When did you exactly get into like music, like actually like loving to do music?
That's a good question. Um, so I've always been a fan of music. Grew up on hip hop. I'm an '80s baby, so kind of naturally that's what I gravitated to. But I never thought that I would really be involved in music. I'm a band
Hmm.
geek, so shout out to all my band geeks. Played the clarinet, and I think that's what initially started it. And then shout out to my cousin Sean, who was a DJ, and I used to watch him, do his thing all the time.
Yeah.
And then it was high school, I believe my senior or junior year. One of my close friends, we were writers together, and he played guitar, and he played Stairway to Heaven. He played it all the time, but I just remember this one day he played it, and I was just like blown away. And that was kind of, I want to actually at least be a musician. I also had another close friend who was a producer, and anybody that remembers the PlayStation, what's it called? Music
Not the one.
Generator.
Oh,
Yeah, on the one.
okay. Yeah.
And there's a game called the Music Generator, and he used to make beats on that. And he would always hit me up, be like, "Jay, what you think of this?" Blah blah blah. Again, still had no clue that I would be in it, but it was Stairway to Heaven that got me in it. Um, I self-taught when I was in school. Um, Shout out to my Aggies, and doing the whole dorm room thing. And I think because I did poetry already, it was like, you know what? I felt a little decent that I was playing, so I was like, let me see if I
Uh,
can write a song. And just doing that process one time, I fell in love. I researched it. I spent um, a day or two with my uncle. Shout out to my uncle Curtis at MTV, and I got to actually meet Mr. Cheeks from the Lost Boys,
so
and it was like an interview like this, and I was just chilling, with my uncle, watching him ask questions, and I was taking notes, and I think it was that experience that was like, after the research, after playing for a little bit, I'm invested, I'm ready to go, and so that was over 16 years ago. So
okay,
it's been a long journey to kind of get up to actually like, yeah, I can do this, I want to do this, and I want to keep doing this.
for sure. Okay, appreciate that answer. What about your first song that you wrote? Your first one. Like, how was the process, and how did it come out? So I heard different stories from different people, so I just think I should ask you the same question.
Yeah, that's a good question. And I see you frozen right now. Look like we both frozen.
Am I frozen?
Hopefully, yeah.
For real?
We both got the funny frozen looks on our faces.
Oh, because on my end you're moving.
Oh,
So,
word. Okay, I don't see neither one of us moving, so that's cool.
uh,
Um, but yeah, to be honest, I don't remember what my first song was, but because I'm pretty eclectic and being a musician, I love music for the musicianship of it. So
mhm.
when I started teaching myself how to play guitar, that's the route that I went, kind of the singer songwriter, maybe some rockish type stuff. But I knew early on that my style was more poetic because I was a poet. I had been published already by that time, so creatively, that's all I wanted to do. So I didn't really have like a real constraint on what I wanted to do when I started writing. It was just, use the same formats of writing poetry, but now you got to do like a verse hook. And I think like any musician, you just you just let yourself go. You start out, whack, you know what I mean? Um, it's not as good, but I fell in love with the process, and that's what really keeps me going. Is you get inspired somehow, whether from a chord or for me, because I feel like my gift is really writing. I can see words in my mind like a lot of people see color or notes in color. Um, and so, however it comes, and then you go from that to just it flowing, and then now you got the whole song. And in my process, I demo everything. So I'll record it, listen to it for a couple of days, maybe a week, maybe even longer, depending. Um, and that's kind of been my process all these years, even though now I kind of switch it up, but inspiration is inspiration.
Pleasure. Speaking of inspiration, do you have any people that inspired you as far as like music, like artists, producers, engineers, maybe?
Man, yeah, because I do all of it, right? I'm not even like this is in no particular order. I'm just really trying to go off the cuff. Um, Annie Mineo is one of my favorites. I'm considered gospel hip hop. I don't really see it that way. I love God and God is in my music.
Hmm.
You write about what you know, but I also talk about, real life experiences. It's, in music, a lot of times we may just talk about the problems or it's about the vibe, but I try to give solutions in my music. And being so eclectic, I can go from Annie Mineo. Obviously, Jay-Z is one of my favorites. Nas is one of my favorites. Common, I get compared to him a lot as far as style and everything. Um, John Mayer is one of my favorites. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, Incubus. Let me go into some pop. Michael Jackson, obviously, the best that ever did it. Um, I did grow up watching him. Again, didn't know that would move me into being involved in music. Beyonce's a big one. Let me see. Producers, Timberland, Pharrell, uh, shout out to VA, I feel like there's a few, man, but I mean, I think that's more than enough. But it's very
Yeah,
well rounded of music.
for sure. I just want to mention this before I go on to my next question. I have. We usually request the artist's top five lists, past or current, whatever your list is, your personal list. It doesn't have to be 1 through 5,
Uh
but sometime during this conversation, I'm going to ask the question. So just wanted
huh.
to, yeah, I just wanted to get that in the universe. Everyone ready
Yeah.
for that question? So yeah, okay, moving on. um, so during the pandemic, like, has it affected you like negative, like or positive, like far as music, far as like networking and like I was gonna say studio time, but clearly you're in a studio, so no.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a bit interesting for me because before the pandemic, I felt like I was already in my own pandemic. I lost my job and I lost my son at the same time last March.
Uh-huh.
And so for the first time, you know, you're forced to do things differently. And for me, unfortunately, it wasn't the first time that, a contract has ended, but it was very surprising because I had just signed a new contract with the company, right? Um, and so you always get in this moment when you're committed to something like this. It's like, well, do I go 100% in music now? I mean, I'm pretty 100%. I do the 40-hour work week at the day gig, and then I do pretty much about the same with music. I'm
Yeah,
invested, right? But it really moved me to be like, okay, yeah, I'll look for another job, but let me really go 100 at my music. And it's been a journey, but you have this difficult time where things stop abruptly, and then you got to figure it out. Something I'm not new to, but considering these losses, it was a lot at one
yeah,
time, and I still, thanks to God and some of my close people, it like I'm still here. So when the pandemic happened, I already been working from home 100% for a year at that point. Um, and so business hadn't really changed for me. I think really in the sense of, being out and connecting with people in person, obviously that changed things. And then I do have, some autoimmune conditions. So, I do my best to only be out when I need to be out. But I know going to like open mics was something that I mean, that's like really my thing. And prior to that, I was pretty consistent in going to places like that. In DC, we got a lot going on. Um, and so it made it easier to meet people, see people's talents, talk to them afterwards. Now you do that differently. You in a Zoom webinar, whatever, then, you still got a network. You know what I
for
mean? And
sure.
and I think what's crazy for me, I mean, I did an internship during this time. I'm collaborating with people I got a young producer that I'm working with. Shout out to Big Rez in India. Um, I'm working with an engineer in Chile. Like these are the type of things that are happening during this pandemic, and it's like, well, would that have happened had it not happened? And
Mhm.
how would you? Because you gotta when I think we're able to do shows and do live events. Me as an artist as well as a business owner, you got to balance online and in person. Now you just online. So it's easier, but it's kind of difficult. But for me, I've really been able to connect, collab, meeting a lot of dope people, younger than me that have kind of like the same mindset about what they're trying to do. Um, and it's just been dope. So honestly, yeah, it sucks, the pandemic and how it's changed things, but I think it's still an opportunity to do some great stuff. So I think I've just been fortunate.
For sure. This podcast was actually born out of this pandemic. 'Cause,
Hey,
I usually tell this story. Like, I have an IT background, so like I run an IT
okay,
company when I'm not doing this. So this podcast was originally the other co-host's idea. He's like, "Yo, like we should just do a podcast." I'm just like, "Bro, like I don't like talking to people. I just like fixing their computers and leaving. Like
right,
I don't know anything about artists and interviews and all this crap. Like I don't know how to do it."
yeah,
So apparently, 169 episodes later, I'm here. I'm here talking to you. So
and
apparently,
that's dope. And I think that's
yeah.
that's the thing that I hope a lot of people are getting from this time. You know, Obviously it's a lot of deaths, a lot of sickness. Um, your mental health obviously is more important than ever during a time like this because now it's not it's not just personal. It's everywhere. Like everyone is affected somehow. I've lost some people. I know some people that's been sick from it. I mean, it's 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 crazy. But I think if I mean, you've proven the point. Even if it's not in your space or it's not in your radar to be like, I'll do a podcast or whatever. Um, it gives you the time to really like, you know what, I can do this. And then when you see results, I'm sure at least for you, it's like, well, this ain't that bad.
Man, it's
So
pretty cool.
it's a what's the thing called? I just lost it, but something beautiful in a dark time, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I met I have met almost someone from everywhere, like different countries, like because it's been. I don't think I would have been able to do it had there not been pandemic, because
Right.
my workload would have been like this for like other company,
Yep.
and there would have been no time to actually do this.
Yep.
So,
Crazy.
um,
And shout out to your
okay,
co-host.
yeah, shout out to Jr. He goes by Jr. Robertson, so shout out to him. Hopefully, he'll be doing some podcasts soon. So, yeah, but moving on, my next question is kind of on the same topic. So the question goes like, during the pandemic, what have you learned new about yourself? I'm sure everyone's learned something new or pulled something out they didn't think they had in there.
Mm. Well, I believe everything is in levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think most musicians would agree, no matter how long you've been doing it, your success comes in levels. And this is definitely a new level of um, challenges, you know? And so, though it feels familiar to me, like I feel like last year was like a prerequisite to the pandemic. Um, but I've still learned, and every day it seems a bit more challenging on how far can I go? How much can I balance? what am I willing to do now for this thing that I love, you know, and just creating. But then from that creation comes with a lot of responsibility. You know, not only to my listeners, but then doing other things. So I already started this year. Like I'm finally gonna do my poetry book. I want to do my own podcast. I've been talking about that for a while, and you know, so I already had these goals this year that I have to do this, I have to do that, and especially from an income standpoint, you kind of got to figure it out and hustle on it.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
um, I've already been pretty resourceful, but I think I had to be more resourceful during this time, and really not being afraid to ask certain questions. And
Mhm.
I'm sure even now you can tell that I'm pretty open, honest, and transparent. And so being that in front of people in the industry that's been around for a while, and they're enjoying the person that I am because I'm not afraid to speak what's going on with me or what I'm doing or what I've been through or asking the questions without feeling like that was kind of a stupid question, but I'm gonna ask anyway. I think I really just got more fearless in a sense, but at the same token, it's been hard to balance everything because I'm only one person. Shout out to my new team members, though. People that I've been connecting and collabing with. But trying to balance all of this is a lot. And
Mhm.
so I think another thing that I've had to do is really take breaks. My therapist told me this thing that you got to be careful for the stress creepers. Things that you think will not stress you out, but later you find out they will. And so I've had to really understand what that is and not be afraid to be like, no, I can't do that, or I got to change up how I'm doing things. So
For sure.
it's a lot of stuff, man.
That appreciate it. Um, you're coming out with a podcast. Like, do you know exactly what it's going to be about yet?
Yeah. So interesting enough, I started a blog a few years ago, probably longer now that I think about it because I haven't been writing. It's called The Man Elevated, and I wanted to write a blog for men discussing like men things through, I guess, every aspect. Obviously I probably start with music because that's what I
Yeah.
do. But I just feel like men and black men specifically, like we a little jacked up, bro. Like I don't know who we watching, I don't know who's teaching us, and it's not to say that there aren't good men out there, but I feel like we need more of good models for us and for our kids. Now being a father, like I take that drink very seriously, and I did before when I was a teacher and doing mental health at group homes and stuff like that. But I was like, I got to do something else. Not only on a business standpoint to bring a different aspect to my music, but then really being real with men on like relationships or being black or your career, providing more than just money. You know what I mean? Like all of these real things that I don't think we talk enough about, whether you're in church or not. Um, and so I was basically trying to convert the blog into the podcast. So,
Hmm.
ideally like what you're doing. Have topics, interview folk. And then recently, just to help out my homie Damian Lewis, shout out to him. He's got a new project out called Found Me, and I engineered it, featured on it, and we've been working well together for a long time. And I was like, "Yo, we should do like an interview. I interview you, talk about the album, blah blah blah," because he doesn't really have stuff like that. And I just enjoyed it. Like I did it at my internship with one of the artists, Houston. Shout out to him. And we just had a dope conversation. And it hit me like I know I have the skills to interview artists because I've been
Uh-huh.
trained. I've been on enough interviews myself on jobs. So it's like it's a no brainer. And so when we did it with Damien, it instantly was like, yo, I should do a podcast for this. And so it's called Artist to Artist. And he's my first one. I have a few people lined up, but again, trying to balance all of these ideas
Yeah,
and trying to do everything right and in order. I try to keep a standard. So, but it's dope how those things kind of again, this time kind of pushes you to do stuff you've never done.
for sure. Yeah. Um, Having one business is enough in its own, but like
Right.
multiples, like I'm talking about no sleep, bro. Like that's what it's gonna
Hey,
be.
hey, but you gotta get some sleep though. You gotta get some sleep though. But
Yeah,
there are days that you like, where's the time go? I mean,
for sure.
so
I wonder at all time. Like I was be sitting here like posting or advertising, and then I guess my other business will call me, and I'll be like, "Oh, where did 6 hours go?" Like, what?
yep,
But
yep,
um, yeah. So a few more questions about the podcast.
yeah.
Like, will it be like this, or will it be like audio podcasts as well?
Well, for the man elevated one, I was thinking more audio, right? But after doing the artist to artist with Damian Lewis, I'm kind of I'm very strategic. So it's excuse me. So it's like I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to do it. I've seen a lot of people doing it. I've been on uh, some great interviews that people are doing it, like this one, and so I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. And because of time and trying to balance everything, it was like, you know what, just do it on IG Live or just, you know what I mean? Like, don't overthink it. Just start doing it, and then you'll figure
Uh-huh,
everything else out. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. But I'm
for
not gonna
sure.
lie, I've slacked, trying to get it all together.
Okay, let me tell you something about IG Live because we have a love-hate relationship right now. Um, if depending how long your interviews are, like say if you go an hour, right?
Right,
Sometimes they will end your interview like with 45-second notice.
right.
And like say if you select post, right? Sometimes they'll delete it because we did a listening session with a record label out in Texas, Legacy Pushers. Shout out to them. So we were listening to all of the new music, right? And then once they ended it, there was no option to download or save the video. So just straight
Oh,
deleted the video. And that's the reason I am doing things this way now because
right.
I need to make sure I have these videos and this footage. Because
That
I'm
control and that ownership. Exactly.
yeah. Y'all not about to
Exactly.
delete my video like I worked so hard for, bro. Like, and then
Yep.
neither of us have it. So I just wanted to throw that out there really quick.
Yeah, I'll say I'm taking note to the platform we're on now. I'm like, okay, I gotta check this joint out, and we'll talk
Uh,
offline about it. But
yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, just wanted to share that with you in case you do like a crazy awesome interview on IG Live, and then they randomly delete your video, and then you're like, "Yo, what the hell, dude? Like, where's my footage?"
I didn't know
But
that,
yeah,
so that I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna get in the habit of doing it. Like, I don't want that
it's
to happen to me.
cool. It's cool, like starting, but that's what we started with was IG Live. And if anyone that follows us notice, like we no longer do IG lives. Like
Right.
with this platform, you can stream to Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, all at once if you wanted to.
Wow,
Like you could get up to eight streaming platforms at one time, and they'll be
that's
all
dope.
be uh running pretty cool. And they give you option to download the video in case you want it for yourself. And another thing with Instagram, like if the video is longer than 60 minutes, like it's not gonna upload. Like you just have to upload snippets and clips
Right.
of it. So
Right.
that's another reason why I just like want to do it this way. Like it's easier. You see how it's customized. Like your comment section is pretty lit right now.
Oh, you know what? I ain't even been. Hey, my bad, y'all. My bad. What up,
Yeah,
people?
Yeah, so there's that, and then and you see I put the banners up. Like you can't do that with Instagram. You have to do it after the video. So
Yeah. What up,
um,
Jerry? What up, Big Red?
yeah, I rock with
My
Jerry,
guy's all the
bro.
way in India and he's online right now, man. Like, I gotta shout my dude out. He's been amazing, man.
Which one's that?
The young producer, Big Rez,
Oh
that I've
yeah,
been working with in India.
for sure.
Yeah, man. It's like like almost 11 o'clock, 11:30 out there right now. So for him to still be up and joining is dope. Dope.
For sure. Shout out to Big Rez. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Shout out to him. Okay. I think it's an appropriate time to ask a question we were talking about earlier.
Ah,
I
ah,
love how I get people with this question. Though there's
ah.
some that have reversed it on me. Like
Uh-huh.
I went on another podcast, Spoken Reggie's podcast, like out in New York, and then they're like, "Yeah, we got to do it." Oh, I ain't gonna ask my own question on me. Like I brought that question to this podcast. You can't reverse. But
Yeah.
um, yeah. So this
So
five,
we talking all time rappers or all time artists? What we talking?
whatever one you want, I give this option to the guest now to go all
Okay.
time artists or all time rappers. You don't have to do 1 through 5. It's just five.
Just five. All right.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm gonna do artists.
Okay, that's
Um,
cool.
and I haven't done this like in a long, long time, but I think the way I study the game is it goes into how I am as an artist, right? So
Uh,
when I'm listening, whatever's gonna come off the top of my head right now, um, I'm not just looking at one aspect of their artistry. You know what I mean? It's
hmm
it's about handling themselves, obviously their music, their evolution, um, everything that goes into being an artist. And so I had to go Michael Jackson first. Beyonce comes to mind. Um, man, I think I'll have to say Stevie Wonder. And
Okay.
one of the main reasons for that is because of his longevity. And
Yeah,
that's
for
something that
sure.
I knew that when I started many, many years ago, that I didn't want to have everything now. Like I know I'm talented, I had to learn a lot of things that I'm doing now, but whatever opportunities came, I didn't want it to consume me like it does so many people. You know what I mean? I want to be around to continuously do this. So Stevie Wonder Stevie Wonder. I mean, come on. He just dropped a new joint last week that had like Rhapsody, Busta Rhymes, and some other folk, and it's like, what? Like, ain't he
That's
like
crazy.
80 now? And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's dope. What's that, three?
hmm
Uh, uh, I think I got to say Andre 3000, and I'll say Outkast, even though to a degree it's like they didn't go as far as we wanted them to,
Yeah.
but I also recognize what they did was different, and again I recognize that in myself. So it's like, but Andre just, I mean, he's just unorthodox, but he's so dope, and I'm just really glad that people notice that. Um, and then I mean, I guess five, I have to say Jay-Z. Uh, like, dude is just, I mean, when you think about what he's done, I mean, it's just crazy. Whether you really like him as like your number one or not, um, what he's done as far as music and business, it's crazy. So yeah, that's a wild five for me.
It's a different 5. I rock with
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
appreciate you for giving me your 5. That was that was pretty dope. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yes,
I
sir.
kind of want to transition my next question into talking about your company, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Um, so I'll put this back on the screen real quick. There you go. Okay. So do you mind like explaining like what it is your company does and like what's the goal that you guys are like trying to reach? Like the message you're trying to get out to the people.
Yeah. Hold on for 1 second. My Bluetooth is down, so I'm gonna switch this off.
For sure.
All right, you can still hear me okay, right?
Yep.
Okay, bet. So Artist Studios is a development company, and the goal is just to really develop artists in their craft as well as their business. And I feel like a lot of artists, over the years, I mean, I've seen a lot of people work with a lot of people. And it's usually just one side. Everybody's just so focused on creating the dopest song ever, but missing the other aspects. And myself included. But due to the experience and me always like watching how artists like do a release plan, or the next project is different from the last because they're trying to evolve, showing up on time, getting to know the people that you're working with at the event. It's all these what seems very trivial and small that make a difference and why people want to call you back to this festival or to this or to that. And I think especially in hip hop, that being one of the main genres that I work in, I respect everything. I love things more with substance though. I've always been like that. But I just feel like a lot of artists are missing that. So, we provide music production exclusively now. I used to try to do beat leases, but I saw it wasn't really going that great for me. But because I want to really develop the artist, collaborate, make it a whole collaborative effort. I decided to go exclusively. Obviously, mixing engineering. One of our other services is web content, because another thing I noticed, you go into people's music and it's dope, and then you always want to, I feel like most people want to see the story behind the music, right?
Yeah.
And it's just some lame old bio. Like, and it's like, come on, bro, like what? And so me being a writer, it was like, let me utilize something that I know how to do. I've been doing for myself, and really try to support artists in that way. And then obviously development programs, which is just, me really spending time on getting them to see, who they are, where they come from, and what they're trying to reach. And it's not to turn them into me or anything, but it's really, again, to develop. I kind of look at being a musician as being a superhero, like you got to know your. And so I'm just kind of the one that's, I guess you could say like a Professor X in a sense, where if I connect with you and I rock with you, then I'm trying to help you as far as I can. And that's the kind of the cool thing about us, is that even after your services are completed, I'm still checking in with you. I'm still watching. I'm still promoting you. When I do interviews, I always try to make sure that, whatever I have going on, I'm shouting people out, because it's not about making a dollar. Yeah, I need to make money, but I'm trying to be with you for the long haul. So you come back, like Jastin, I need a beat, or, I need to figure out this new strategy, or I got this idea. A lot of artists, we want just an ear, and that's kind of what we provide, man. Just a collective development company where everything is with you, not just for you. And just, trying to give you some sense about how to do your business,
For sure. Yeah, I'm gonna follow that page after we're done. You guys' page, actually. So
yeah,
I shall follow that from my personal Instagram and our Keep It 100. So
yeah, for sure.
Thank you for the message. I see Jerry in the comment section.
Yeah, I'm frozen right now, bro. I don't know.
Still?
Yeah, it didn't come back yet. So I just tried to click on the chat, but I can't.
Okay, I'll read them to you.
Okay.
Jerry, the business of the show, entertainment business. making connections is the glue to the business. So,
Yep.
Shout out to him though. That guy's
Yeah.
awesome. I rock with him. He's awesome.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Me and Jerry just met, I think, like a couple months ago. And it's funny because I've met so many people, and I've actually engaged with people. Like, you talk about connecting and collaborating, but oftentimes you don't get past like hey or hello or yeah, I'm gonna check you out. And I'm fortunate enough that I've actually been able to engage and converse with people more than just the greeting. And so Jerry, those people, shout out to and hopefully sometimes I get people confused, but if I'm not mistaken, we both Jerry just graduated from Full Sail. So welcome to the alumni. Shout out to Full Sail University.
Mm-hmm. So, have you been in that studio yet? That awesome studio. I saw it on our interview when I interviewed Jerry, but that studio he got over there, man. I will be doing a part 2 with him, and I will be coming to that studio. So,
man. I know. Sure. I remember he told me about it. I think he was just trying to finish it up. So yeah, I haven't seen them, but now I got to go check it out. See what
it's pretty dope, bro. I mean, from what I saw,
yeah,
and I'm pretty sure it'll probably look different by the time I actually physically see it. So,
right.
Yeah, kind of excited for that one, and I'm excited for my part 2 with him. That's pretty dope.
I gotta tune in.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question about marketing, like social media marketing, of course. Is there like a favorite platform that you use, that you prefer to use? Or is it like a mixture of all the ones that you have?
It's a bit of a mixture. And for me, because I've been around before social media, watching that change and evolve. When Facebook came out, I was in college, and seeing how, like, I love watching things evolve in the process, right? So seeing how Facebook was just, for college students, and watching how then it became a part of businesses, and now social media is everything, right? I often just, like, what I tell a lot of artists is, like, you don't have to be on everything, because one, you got to manage that, so most of us don't have a team of people that's going to do that.
Sure.
I try to keep it low, but the last couple of years, I've just really tried to watch where I'm getting the most engagement. So Facebook is one, because I do get engagement on there, even though it has changed. But IG has been more of my breadwinner, and then I think I just love how IG is, especially for, us entrepreneurs, whatever you do, and, how you can share things and, animate things, and then checking your stats and everything. Like, it's just been really dope how they developed that, for your business. And then Twitter, I'm on there, but I ain't really on there, I'll be honest. I probably check it like once a month, just in case somebody mentioned me or, DM me. But then, a lot of DMs is just people trying to lure you in, to get business, which is, obviously, it's never really been that great for me. And then, the notifications go off like way too much, and I just got tired of it.
That's it.
Yeah, and then obviously YouTube, but that's still something I have not mastered yet. And TikTok, obviously, let's talk about TikTok again. I remember I am on there, and I started when it first came out. But the thing is, man, is like, especially being older, you just gotta know if it's beneficial for you. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of started that years ago, where it was like, oh, as soon as one come out, you like, oh, I got to be on this, and I got to be on this. Then it's like, hold up, I can't You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, and even the platforms that allow you to post to all of them, I don't know, it just still kind of gets a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
And so TikTok I was on it, I was scoping it, I was like, I don't know if it's really for me. Then, what they've been around for like a year and a half or something like that. And so now I'm actually reconsidering it. Matter of fact, I was listening to your interview with Edwards without the A.
Oh my guy, yeah.
I checked him out, listened to his music. Edwards, if you want him, I'm hitting you up. But that segment that you guys talked about it made me like, man, okay. Because I've been hearing about it. I've been watching the business side of it. Been on some webinars this summer about it. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to get back on there and see with this new music that I'm coming out with, how can I be effective on there? But all the platforms are Jastin Artis, very simple, Jastin Artis, no T. So yeah, we'll see. But as of now, that's pretty much the main three. Then hopefully we'll add TikTok and be successful.
We actually just started using it, like seriously using it. We had it, but I would just be like watching videos for like 30 minutes. Let's be like, all right, what's this? And we kind of use it now to post to our Instagram and Snapchat stories just to get like a little engagement. Like, I think I posted your photo with the guitar with the red, like, a lot of people looking at it and liking it, so they're like, "Yo, that guy looks dope," and I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna tag him later once I figure out what his TikTok actually is." I never knew what it was.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it can grow your followers.
What's that? No, you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was reading what Jerry was saying in the comments. TikTok can grow your base of followers. According to Edwards, it can, because it's done it for him.
Right.
Still got 24,000 followers on TikTok. So.
Right.
And he said that's a short time, just the snippets that he posts on TikTok. And you can go live on there.
Oh, so, okay.
You can do this. So that might be a new avenue for interviews.
Right. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm definitely. I reopened the app earlier. Like seriously, like it was literally when y'all was talking about it, I was like, okay, bro. I think I still got this joint on my phone. Let me log in. And so yeah, I'm back on it. And with the new music, I think I will, figure out certain things. I think I just did a joint for this Christmas song that I want to put out. I did a little funny joint because I haven't posted anything in a while. And yeah, I'm gonna post that and see how that roll and come up with some other stuff. But yeah, Edwards got me on it now. He's like he's the one that is like, okay, let me get back on it and see what's up.
Yeah, let's do. I call him little young prodigy.
Yeah.
So I give everyone nicknames on here. So
sure.
So throw that out there. Yeah. So yeah, that's an amazing way to, I guess, engage, because you could send it straight to your Instagram stories and feeds.
Okay.
So even before you even post anything about your music, just hop on TikTok and send to your Instagram. And the filters. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Jerry. Yeah. So, and you go live. So like if you want to say if you're in studio right now and you just want to play snippets of your music, hop on TikTok live and just be like, yo, I'm doing a mini listening session or mini concert, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Let's do it that way. Yeah. So TikTok. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think after our interview, I think I'm gonna probably do something like that. Just go out and that's what I'm saying. The pandemic got you, you got that that pandemic flow, whatever. It's I'm gonna just do it and see what happens, no fear.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you gotta always try to get better.
Right.
Day by day. I say daily. I used to say hourly, but now I say daily.
Yeah.
So get better day by day. And yeah. Let me ask you this question. Well, it's not really a question. It's more so me letting you know where the video is going to be. So we're gonna put the video on YouTube, and it's already on our Facebook. I may go on Instagram, but Instagram, I don't know. We'll see about that one. I'll find a way to get it on Twitch. Like we just started a Twitch channel too.
Okay. So, yeah, that's another one that I'm thinking about. I've seen more people in my circle using it, so that's another one.
Yeah, that is a big platform that people sleeps on.
Yeah,
Twitch. So many people are on it daily. So yeah, want to throw that out there, and for sure. So your YouTube channel, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes. Yep.
And it's the same as your social media handle, right?
Well, actually, like you can search Jastin Artis and find me. Like I'm the only Jastin Artis, you know. Ideally, anyway. But I think the actual link is what YouTube.com/user J Artist Project is the actual link. But again, you can search it Jastin Artis.
Okay, I'll probably search it like after we're done here, and make sure I tag you in the YouTube video that I post, which is this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me ask you. Twitch also allows you to have subscribers and creates a revenue. See, that's what is needed on all of these channels. Jerry in here dropping gems again. So I appreciate him though, for real. But like I was saying, once I post a YouTube video, I'll just tag your page if it allows me to do that. I guess maybe it does. And anything else you want to share that you didn't get to share during our late conversation?
Yeah, I got a laundry list now. Let me start. So just new music. I mentioned the Christmas song, so I had this idea for a while, probably years now, and I'm finally trying to get it done. So I just created my first Christmas song. It's a up-tempo, hip hop record. Just trying to, overall goal is trying to get you excited about the holidays coming up, even though there's been a lot going on. Make sure you vote. We got the election, next week. Obviously the pandemic and people still not working, people still trying to figure out how to work. Like, it's just a weird year, and we got to now, it's the holiday. So
for sure.
It's a dope record. I really, really love it. I've gotten some feedback on it now, so I think I'm gonna just drop it as a freebie, and then drop it on all platforms, on Christmas. So look out for that. I'm also dropping a new album. The album will be dropped next year. I think I have so much content that I'm gonna divvy it up into EPs, and so spread it out over next year. I have a single called Emotional Risk that will be another freebie that you can get on the website, JastinArtis.com. It's kind of for the grown folk, but the moral of that song is really just letting people know, in order to be in a healthy relationship, you got to take a risk,
For sure.
I always say, like, if you're not willing to get hurt or take the risk in a relationship, you shouldn't be in one. You know what I mean? So it's a real grown up, smooth record, but I'm excited about it. What else we got going on? Shout out my guy Damian Lewis again. We just dropped his record on the 25th of September. And so it's been about 4 weeks. He's already pushing over 400,000 streams.
That's dope.
It's just dope to get results like that. And again, he's a friend, but he's also a client. And to be able to engineer his project, to be a feature on 2 records. One is called Moment, probably like my best feature to date. So check that out. He's dropping a live version of Back Down on Friday. I play guitar on that one. So again, DamianLewis.com. You can check him out. I believe that's all his handles as well. IG, Facebook.
What was it?
DamianLewis.com. DEMIONE, and then Lewis.com. LOUIS.
Okay.
It's weird when I'm always typing it when I say it. So, but yeah, check him out. What else? On the business front, Artist Studios, and even as an artist, I have switched my focus into sync music. And so anybody listening, man, I'm looking for writers, looking for singers. You know, I'm pretty eclectic, so I don't want to just do hip hop. I don't just do hip hop. You'll notice that when you hear my music. But I'm just trying to build a team of people to work and, you know, let people know that you can make records that's not just, you know, a single for an album, and which means more revenue for you. So that's kind of been my focus. So I'm just looking for people to collaborate with, to help, you know, production wise. If you need an exclusive joint, I will say on record, trap is not my thing. I love it. I can do it. You know, I can get a good trap beat here and there, but you know, my music is pretty soulful, pretty smooth. You know, so you got the hip hop, you got the R&B. I play guitar, so you know we could do different things with that. Lo-fi type sound. So you know, if you're looking for something where you're trying to be vulnerable and that type of vibe, hit me up. ARstudiosLLC.com. Yeah, man, I got a lot going on that end. I don't want to give you the whole laundry list, but just go to the website. I got a deal for people. If you sign up, I'll do one song, you know, mix and a master, you know, just to start building our relationship. So if you need some stuff mixed, hit me up, man. You get one freebie. So yeah, man, I think that's it. I feel like the podcast, we talked about that. Look forward, it's coming. Right now, artist to artist. You can watch on my YouTube or just straight on the website and check out Damian Lewis's interview. And if you want to do an interview, you know, with me and we can talk kind of like what we're doing now, I definitely look forward to that. And yeah, man, I'm out. I can't think of that. There's so much going on, bro.
For sure. Yes, we'll end here. Appreciate you for joining us today. Talk about your music, your business projects. Appreciate it. I will post this on Instagram because if it's under 60 minutes, excuse me, I'll be able to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and end here because I want to get this on all platforms. So I'll be DMing you after though, for sure.
Okay, I appreciate it, and thank you to your co-host JR too as well, man. I appreciate it.
Shout out Mr. JR. Hopefully he sees this sometime
Yeah.
soon. But yeah, we'll end here, and thank you again for joining Keep It 100 podcast.
Thank you, sir.
All right, have a good one. Yes, you can.